Hello and welcome to the first lawn update of 2017. As we move closer to spring, I think it's a good time right now to give you an idea as to what I know about my lawn so far coming out of the winter season. So if you watched my last video, you know that I was outside doing some landscape cleanup here just last week, and it was about 73 degrees here in February. And then all that happened to change about 2 days after that when we got 2 inches of snow and it was back into the 30s. Very typical Midwest weather here where you can never really predict what's going to happen from one day to the next. So here's what I know about my lawn so far. Number one, it's greening up quite quickly. We are still here on the last day of February and I already have a green and growing yard. So this will kind of give you an overhead view here to kind of give you an idea as to what it looks like compared to the yards next door. Number two, I know that I have some issues that I'm going to have to resolve here as soon as we get going into some warmer weather that's consistent. If you watch any of my videos from last season, you'll know that I was spraying some clover late in the year, and for some reason I had an issue with it, and I'm still not completely resolved on what I did wrong or what happened here, but I ended up having some areas that looked like they were dead. And now coming out of the winter, we can see for sure that they are dead. I was out raking a little bit to kind of see what it was looking like in those dead areas, and there's a few pieces of green grass in there, but really not much of anything. So this area I'm going to have to probably do some reseeding, and also the nice thing about Kentucky bluegrass is that it's going to continue to kind of renovate itself here as we get into the season. So that's going to fill in on its own, and I'm not going to be too super worried about it, but for a little while here it's going to kind of have a bad look to it as the grass around it is going to be green and looking nice, and I'm going to have some dead areas. And then one other thing that I'm still trying to figure out is whether or not my perennial ryegrass that I overseeded last fall is going to be coming back. I knew there was a risk going into this last fall that should we have a kind of harsh winter or a winter without much snow cover, that I might be running into some problems with that grass not surviving the winter. It's a very nice looking grass, and for some areas of the country where it doesn't get too cold, it does very, very well. But for here, I knew it was kind of a risk, and it was one that I just decided to take. So I'm still waiting to see if that's going to completely come back or not. So far, some areas look like they're still dormant or possibly did not survive, and other areas look like I'm getting a little bit of green growth coming back. So here in the next couple weeks, I should be able to figure out for sure whether or not that's going to be coming back and kind of my plan of action as we go forward. So that's what I know so far starting the 2017 season. I hope you'll join me for many more videos to come. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.